and I've learned that the key to success. Hi there, my name is Mary Massey. I have been in business and wellness for over 20 years, and I've learned that the key to success is a strong mindset. But how do you build that strong mindset? Well, that's where we come in.
Absolutely, Mary. I'm Camille Jones, finance expert turned wellness enthusiast. We believe in making wellness accessible, diverse, and with simple, actionable steps that you can incorporate into your busy lifestyle today. Together, we've launched a live weekly video series on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, all about the wellness for busy women in business. Each week, we'll dive deep into all aspects of wellness, mental, physical, relationship, and of course, business. We'll be there to guide you step by step towards achieving a stronger mindset, setting your boundaries, and prioritizing what matters to you the most.
And don't worry, we're not just going to be throwing information at you. We're here to reduce the overwhelm and make wellness simple, and to help you focus on what matters most.
So are you ready to transform your lunch break into a wellness journey? Then join us every Tuesday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We can't wait to see you there. All right. Welcome all. You know what day it is. It is Tuesday, where we are all about wellness for the busy women in business. We are about educating ourselves, promoting ourselves, and most importantly, striving and thriving and really encouraging each other to work into our wellness even greater than we do our own businesses. Let's just see, it's a little bit. There we go. Hey, so if you see me going over here, you see me going over there, it's because I'm also streaming live on Instagram, as well as we're on Facebook and LinkedIn, because this information is so important. What information is it? Well, it is wellness information. Why is it so important? Because we have been miscued so many times by media that wellness is all about the aesthetics. It's all about, what it looks like on the outside, looking like when we were 20 or keeping up with the social media Joneses. When in actuality, wellness is all about the mind, body, soul, spirit, and business, and how it all aligns into that infinite eight, and to relate and align with all the things that we desire in life. When we truly understand that wellness requires us to look at all areas of our life, it's about looking at our inner, yes, understanding, building up that self-awareness. Yes, it's also about that exterior, because I always say the body keeps the score. But especially in this day and age, people, we know we are all going through it after we went through the worst days of our years of the pandemic. What are we in right now? We're in an economic warfare. And this economic warfare is really affecting not only businesses and our homes, but it's affecting our overall wellness. It is affecting how we are even showing up in our business. It is affecting us with putting in those limiting beliefs of scarcity. You know, that scarcity mindset that you work so hard to get rid of? It's creeping back, right? Because of all the constant noise and distraction that this world brings. But when you have your wellness aligned, when you better understand where you are going and where you want and where you come from, and most importantly, how to get those emotions in check to be your guide, your navigator, your intuition, your creativity, your innovator through using wellness, we realize that the sky is not the limit when we have the entire universe to explore, and it is not limited by what them social media says. It's not limited by your past failures, which I call lessons. It is not limited on your current finances. But what we need to do is we need to enhance your knowledge through education, through these discussions. And this is why today I am super excited to be bringing to you my special guest. Mary's usually here with me, Mary Massey, my co-partner, but she has some other obligations, but that's fine, because we are all about women supporting women, and we show up. And then when we do show up, we make sure that we also show up with a partner, right? It's all about being stronger together. So today we are going to be looking at another form of wellness, which is our financial wellness. Before I introduce my guest host, I just quickly introduce who I am. My name is Camille Jones, and I am the founder of We Got This Mind and Body. And I'm all about encouraging your busy women to truly learn to prioritize living a healthier lifestyle through key areas of wellness, such as your mindset, movement, metabolism, and maintenance. And of course, understanding that business, because it's truly about loving the skin that you are in every season of the game. And you know what's key? Accountability is key. Yes, we could be motivated. Yes, we could say that we're going to be consistent. But you know what? Life just lifes and it happens. And that's where what I like to call myself a wellness designer and your self-image cheerleader is there for. So today I have my amazing, amazing guest speaker, Miss Leah Garcia, who's all about financial wellness. So without further ado, I'm going to bring her up into the stage. Please drop into the comments if you're looking at this live. Where are you tuned into? We'd love to know where you're tuned into. And if you have any questions, if you want to engage in these conversations, please, both on Instagram and on LinkedIn and Facebook, put it into the chat and we'll be sure to answer any questions you have. If you're looking at the replay, still put it in the chat because we're going to revisit it because this is you know what? I'm going to say it. Leah already told me, prepare to take the gloves off. We're getting dirty with it. She said she's not holding no woman behind. And it's not because she's coming out here to be a bully. No, it has nothing to do with being a bully. It has to do with the fact that we're not going to sugarcoat it because we want you to be the sugar that coats everything that you desire. And in order for you to do that, you need to get, the real deal. You need to know what's up. We're not going to show why are we doing? There's no who's winning there, right? So let's get going because I'll start making up other words and phrases just now if I keep flowing. All right, let's do this.
Oh my gosh, good.
Hey,
You are fire. You are so fire. I got to step up my game. I got to go back to Dr. Seuss and nursery rhyme school and get some more rhymes into this. But you know what? You're so right. There are no Care Bears, no rainbows, no butterflies. We're going to bring you some actionable steps here for you to be able to go from where you are to take you and your business to that very next level. And you know what? I say a rising tide raises all boats, but only if your boat's in the water. So I honor each and every one of you for having your boat in the water this morning. If you've shown up here, wherever you're tuning in, I'm in California, so it's morning here, but wherever you are in the world, if you're showing up, you're here and your intention is to show up to blow up and your boat is in the water and I'm ready. I'm excited.
Yes, let's do this. You see, you know what? This is what I love about Leo. We always use some form of analogy or, just something that we can actually paint a picture to whoever we're speaking to. Because a lot of times people, if you really think about it, we think in shapes and in form and in pictures and in colors. We don't think in numbers. So when you are using examples, especially in what you do in wellness and in financial wellness, I love because you gave me some great gems of how you explain stuff using our creativity so we could better understand how we could show up with those finances. So we can no longer say, we're not going to say, oh, I don't understand my finances because I don't understand numbers. It's not about that when you put it for the feeling and you get real with it. So you know what? Let me flip back my hair and let's get going.
Okay.
This financial wellness. And I'm going to put it right now. I read well. So to know me is to know I flow with every conversation. Nothing is written down. Nothing is pre-scripted because we want it to be raw. We want it to be real. And the reason why is because we are raw and we are real. And so many times we come onto these social platforms and then putting on this mask feeling like as if we can't be who we are. And when we do that, we actually limit ourselves to greater information because we don't ask the questions that we want to ask because of the intimidation of trying to be what the Joneses assume they are. I'm a Jones and I want you to be real, okay? Be real. All right, so let's get to it.
That's absolutely so true. You know what? It's what happens behind the camera, behind the scenes. We all show up here and, social media only gives one part of the story. But when we're entrepreneurs, there's always the behind the camera. It's what happens when people are not looking, getting up early, going to work late, sacrificing, going without so you can invest in your business. So I love that you said that. That is so on point.
Yes, absolutely. And yeah, now with the days, I don't like to say this because this is not my world because I refuse to allow it to be my world. But you know how the social media is saying we are headed, or if not, we are in a recession right now. We need to be, cautious on how we're spending our money. maybe not invest here and there, maybe put it underneath the mattress. So what are you saying to your clients right now to counter a lot of the lies that we're being told, which is fear that's being built up? Because as you said, there's so much that happens behind the scenes, especially in our economy, that we don't even know that's going on. And we're just looking at the fluff and getting stressed, not working on our wellness. Our relationship breakdown, our job sucks. The cat died, my kids don't listen. I'm ready to go and jump ship. And it usually starts from the lack of income and the fear of what is unknown with our
Right. You're so right. So remember, anything that you're seeing on TV, I don't watch the news, but whatever you're seeing in the news, it's already in the residual.
Yeah.
You're seeing it. It's already happened. So we're already in a different economy. We're already in a changing economy. But here's the thing. In every adversity, there's a seed of a benefit if you look for it. The key is you have to look for it. People get wealthy or they say they make money during good times, but people get wealthy in times of economic challenge. It is not about status quo anymore. We have to be willing to ebb and flow and be fluid and flexible and look for those seeds of benefit because they are there. Unfortunately, in this times, you are absolutely correct, Camille. Some people are going to have in their own economy are going to have some downturns. They're going to have some job losses, some industries that are changing, industries that have to make a pivot.
Yeah.
And those businesses that don't, they're going to be like Kodak. What is Kodak? I might be dating myself. If you're a millennial, you don't even know what Kodak is.
Exactly.
So we don't ebb and flow. We're going to be like Kodak. The key is to look for that opportunity. They are everywhere. I always say this. My mentor taught me when we look for blue Hondas, we're going to see blue Hondas. It's our reticular activating system. We have to start training our mind to look for opportunities, because when we train ourselves to look for opportunities, they're going to magically appear. They were already there. But we didn't have that in our awareness.
And you are bang on, and that's in everything that we do. And this is why I love what I do when it comes to wellness, because a lot of people don't understand that wellness comes through the self-awareness. Now, I know a lot of people will say, yeah, Camille and Leah, I get it. I need to be self-aware. But right now, my head is so stressed with trying to pay for the grapes and the gases and my kids' activities. I don't even have time to even think about it and invest in me. I could barely afford groceries. How can you tell me to do this right now? You don't know my life. I'm just giving to you because remember, we're keeping it real. These are the objections I get all the time, especially, people put themselves on the bottom of the to-do list. And when they're ready to do cutbacks, the first thing they cut back is on their wellness. And it's because I really wholeheartedly believe a lot of people start wellness, even financial planning. They may start a financial plan because their kids are just now about to start to enter school. When in actuality, they should have been working on their money sense from the time they start creating money, so that they can understand that money is a material that allows us to do things in this physical world. It is not an end-all, be-all. It is a byproduct of things that allows us to fulfill our desires. But when we associate it with things, what do? We end up buying things. When we get stressed, what do? We cut our wellness. When in actuality, when I think about investing in myself and my wellness, I was at a point where I was like, how can I do this? I don't have the money. Those were the limiting beliefs until I got in the feeling of how much I didn't like being where I was. You know what? As you said, the money appeared, because whatever comes to you that you have a dying desire to understand and feel, it will happen. And really, I really want to dive into, again, the financial wellness aspect, because there's so many people that, oh, excuse me, that was a pen. That wasn't a poop, it was a pen. But a lot of people, again, I know, Leah, they want to work on their wellness. I know they want to open up that business, or they want to go on that vacation. But what are certain tools that you say or do with your clients that are stuck in those limiting beliefs that they can't because of lack of or scarcity in their finances?
Yeah, the first thing is awareness. right? We can't change anything that we're not aware of. So when we have that awareness of what we really are attracting, what the money really is, and when we start to turn to it, you know, like you said, price is only an issue in the absence of value. What are you really valuing? Is your wellness really valuable to you? And I love the way you said this, that your body tells a story. And here's the thing, we have to understand that we are all playing the money game.
Mhm.
It is a game, just like any other game, there are rules. And those rules are insidious. Those rules are the level playing field. Those rules are just like gravity. Whether you know the rules, believe in the rules, accept the rules are the rules. If I jump off a building, that gravity is going to have me hit the ground, regardless of whether I knew the rules. And most of us are playing this game and we don't even understand the rules. You know, when my daughter was little, she was like 3 or 4 years old, we'd play these board games, Candyland and Hi
Yeah.
Ho Cherry-O. And anytime I started to win, guess what she did? She changed the rules.
Oh,
Oh no, mom, that's
love
not what happens. Oh no, you really have to dump out your cherries. Listen, that's what's happening to us. How can I win that game not knowing the rules?
yeah.
And you know, some of the biggest, probably the most overlooked rule in the tax code is
Mm,
being an entrepreneur, being self-employed, owning your own business. It
absolutely.
doesn't matter if you are a whatever you are, executive, you have a job that's safe and secure, you are still missing the boat if you do not have a side business. They call it a side hustle. You know, I'm going to upgrade that language. It must be a true side business.
Mm,
Because when you do that, sometimes it's not about having more money, earning more money. It's about keeping more of what you earn.
mm,
And if you are not leveraging the tax code in your favor, then it's being leveraged against you. You are paying for things anyway. You already have a place to live, whether you own your home or rent your home. There's a lot of ability. And I'm not a CPA, I'm not a tax professional, so this is not tax or legal advice. But what I'm saying is there's rules that are existent. Why wouldn't we take advantage of that?
you banged on, and you know what you're basically saying. What she's basically saying, people, is it is imperative that we build multiple streams of income.
Got
Period. That was it right there. And it's because so many of us have been trained from the time that we were born. When we went to school, what did we do in kindergarten or grade one? Oh, it's career day. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Yeah,
Everybody wanted to be some from a civil service or employed because they didn't know any better. That's what we're taught in school. So
that's right.
when we get that employment, we feel that's all we can really do is get that promotion or bonus, which is fantastic. Yes, get that. Excel in your business. But while you're excelling in your business, look for ways and places that you can have multiple streams of income. I'll tell you right now, oh, my connection is, you know what? Forget about Instagram. Instagram is not trying to make me be great today. And trying to make me, they cut off my ass video. Now they're cutting off this video, but it doesn't matter. I'm still here. As I was saying, Leah, after this was
Mhm.
I am a queen of affiliate marketing. I'm a queen of multiple streams of income.
Yeah.
I even have a brick and mortar here in Toronto. I have an appliance store named after me, Camille Joe, Cam Joe. Yeah, so I have that too as well. But I'm into multiple streams of income. One of the
Absolutely.
multiple streams of income is I don't drink juice. This is vitamin juice. It's Botanic. This is something that goes towards my wellness. So it's complementing my business, my core business,
That's right.
is also providing a tangible item option for other people to be able to not only benefit from the products, but have opportunities to make an additional income. And just
That's
like
right.
great, it goes laws, it goes all hand in hand. I make money, they make money, we make money, and we also become well and put it into our wellness. So even when you find, if you're like, oh, I don't have time to do a side business or get a multiple stream of income. Yes, you do. You do have the time. Either you could put it in something that's within your industry where it could be complementing, or it could even be something as simple as you're using it every day anyways, kind of item. Or get that self awareness and even think bigger, where you could even create your own. But that's where it's great to have a financial advisor like Leah who can help you map out those steps and mitigate that. I hate that word. I don't even like that word. I dislike that word, fear. You help mitigate.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
get
And so most of us, when it comes to finances, we're putting the gas and the brake at the same time. We're saying we want more, but then we say, oh, but you know what? I can't start a business. We say we want better fitness, but you know what? Going to the gym at 5 a.m. is a little bit too uncomfortable. We say we want more, but then we say, oh, we just want to be comfortable.
yeah,
Listen, nothing grows in comfort.
nothing.
Nothing. If
No,
you are comfortable, you're static.
yeah.
And you know what? Nothing living is static. We are changing, evolving, even as we speak. I'm not the same person I was even 5 minutes ago,
Yeah.
right? When we're doing this properly. So, with that, how are we going to ebb and flow? How are we going to move in this new economy? We have to keep our ear to the ground and knowing that there are additional ways that we can make that extra income. And we have to embrace some concepts. We have to understand if we are on this call, this is a call for entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Most people who own a business are going to be attracted to this. Most employees, maybe this wouldn't make a whole lot of sense unless they're looking, right? They're looking for an opportunity, right? Remember, it's that blue Honda. And if you are on calls like this and you are seeking, you know what? It's because you're the one.
Yeah.
Ed Milet talks about it. In every family, there's the one that breaks those generational curses. And if you're here, it's because you want more. Now, maybe it's a side passive business, something that you can add into as income, something that you're going to consume anyway. Maybe it's something that you're going to be more active, but we all have the same amount of time in the day. It is not about I don't have enough time. People who tell me they don't have enough time, can I be real?
On it.
I'm going to tell you what. People who say that I don't have enough time is because they are wasting a lot of time. You have to track your time. And the majority of that is spent in number one, social media, TV, those kinds of things that don't do really anything for us, right? I'm talking about passive social media. If you're active, like you're actually bringing value, you're on here, you're educating people, you're working on their mindset, that's completely different. You're building a business and you're sharing information. But if you're just passively watching things, how much time do you waste in a day?
Oh,
And by the way, if we don't track our schedule, you know what happens? We're doing what's called decision fatigue. That means that we are constantly making decisions. Do I eat this for breakfast or do I have that? Do I pick up the kids first or do I go to the store? If we don't have our day scheduled out, then our energy gets depleted.
yeah.
And we don't have any time to even think. That's why at the end of the day, when are most calories consumed? Camille, you know this. When are most calories consumed in the average person?
When are the most calories consumed?
Right.
It's done during the daytime.
Yeah, or in the evening, right? When we get tired, we want that snack, we just need that quick whatever, that pick me up.
And it's
No,
all
that's because that decision fatigue has happened throughout the day. So if you don't have enough time, I would ask you to start tracking your time.
yeah. And that's why, when I used to work in insurance in a corporate office, they used to have the cart lady that would come upstairs and just come around with all the carts.
That's right.
Because you know what, we were sitting there having all these everything that we had to do, but it was so easy to just it was like it became a habit.
That's right.
Like this. It became a mundane life. And then it was just going around in a circle and a circle. And that's why I say to people, it's important for us to put a feeling towards the money that we're making, other than just to pay the bills, other than just to pay your kids' activities. Because when we do that, what happens is we end up not only resenting the money, but we resent the work that we're doing to make the money. And that's why we need to, and that even goes, it starts with our wellness. People are, I gotta just reiterate it. We will run away from it. We will be cheap with it. And even our education, when I say our wellness, I'm talking about even investing in ourselves, which is our mindset, which is in our heart set, our soul set, our body. We will wait until the last minute or until the shit hits the fan. Like we get sick, we are unemployed, or we go through this recession that's going on. And the only thing that soothes us, and as sad as it's said to say it, what soothes a lot of us is to hear, oh, the despair of other people, to hear, oh, at least it's not just going through it. And then we get so fixated on all the negativity that's around, that we forget about all the abundance that's actually here right now for
That's
us.
right.
And that's we're programmed to be like that. 95% of us, and it's not intentional. It's just how the structure of our, especially capitalist society, has created us to be.
Yeah.
But now, as we are growing, and why we have this conversation, it is to wake up and to get up and do something, be about it, and stop speaking about it. Leah and I are here, professionals in what we do, that are not here it's not about the sale as much as it is about what you're going to get from it. And when we know you're going to be heightened working with us, but taking advantage of what we do, right? We know that. And because of that knowledge, we know that the referrals will come. The all of the business will always flow to us, just like what Leah said, ebb and flow. It will flow to us. We speak what we speak because we are on a mission to bring back humanity, bring back peace. Peace starts with lowering that cortisol. Peace starts with really understanding your finances so you don't dislike it, right? Celebrate the small wins on, you know what, I was able to save $5 today. I mean, and I didn't go out to eat. I feel great. And I got $5 more in my pocket. Winning, right?
Yeah. You know what? I love that you said that, because just like anything, just like working out, saving and investing is a habit. People
Yes.
always ask me, Leah, do I pay down my debt first or do I invest and save? And notice how I said invest and save, because those are two separate components, right? Two completely separate strategies. Saving is putting money away with no intent to spend. Investing is an attempt to grow your wealth, to grow your money.
Say that again, girl. Say that again, because a lot of people do not understand that.
Saving and investing are two separate muscles. Saving is putting money away with no intent to spend, right? Like your emergency fund.
Mm-hmm. Never thought of it like that, to be honest. I love that.
Yeah, with no intent to spend. However, and investing is an intent to grow your money, to grow your wealth. So
make your money work for you.
That's right, to make your money work for you.
Yeah.
So those are two separate muscles, but at the same time, we have to also be able to walk and chew gum at the same time. We have to also pay down our debt. It's not a matter of, do I do this or that? No, we have to be able to do both. We got to be able to spin multiple plates.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that you said that.
And you're right. Wellness is about financial health. What is one of the biggest causes of stress?
Money.
It's finances.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens when we're stressed? Our cortisol goes up, right? So it's when we don't turn towards our money that stress happens. And I understand people tell me, you know what, I'm not a money person. I don't know about numbers, but you know what? The numbers are the numbers, and the numbers are going to happen whether you like them, look at them, know them or not. So doesn't it make sense for us to turn towards our money? And if it's one of my most favorite clients to work with are those people who just say, you know, I just don't really know how this works. Mm-hmm. I'm here to help things, to package them so that they can be like a 6-year-old could understand. My grandson's 5 years old. He and I talk about money all the time because it's a mindset. Getting wealthy is about our mindset. Mm-hmm. We've been programmed with all this negative programming. Money doesn't grow on trees. No, we were talking about, we just want to be comfortable. No, we have to forget that. Throw that away. Are you kidding me? You're telling me you're starting your business, getting up early, investing money in yourself, buying a logo, posting a website, doing all this mindset, and you just want to be comfortable? Forget that noise. You came here to be wealthy. You came here to have something great. Don't apologize for it. Don't feel like I don't want to show off. And I hear people say this, gosh, this drives me nuts. I'm going on a tangent. They say, oh, I don't want to be greedy. It has nothing to do with being greedy. Do you know that somebody is watching you?
Yeah, exactly. And they're being inspired by you, right? Uh-oh. Leah froze. Is it just me that's frozen?
Oh, here I am. I don't know what happened. But somebody is watching you. You are an inspiration to someone. And if
That's
they see you, and who is it? Cassandra Terry was talking about, she was saying a lot of times people want to give you your flowers, but we bat them away and we push them away and we dodge and
Oh, Leah's frozen. But what she's saying is, so Cassandra Terry, I was in that room. She was saying that so many times people want to give us our flowers and celebrate what we've done and our accomplishments, but we take, like, oh no, 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 no. We don't take in that gratitude. We don't take in that appreciation from others. And what we're doing is we're actually limiting and blocking our own selves from our greatness and receiving all of the work that we've been doing for others back in gratitude. Because when we receive it back to us, we build up a greater willpower, build up a greater worth, build up a greater confidence to stand up and show up and do the things that we know that we are destined to do without having that limiting fear of doubt or of that you're not capable or able to. So you just froze, but I was in that room, so I was just finishing up what you said. I have my dear friend Marjorie. She's tuning in here on Instagram. So everyone on LinkedIn and Facebook, if you see me going like this, it's not that I'm not listening. I'm looking at comments as well as I'm here on LinkedIn, on Instagram. And why I want to bring up Marjorie is Marjorie. She is a dear friend of mine, and she creates business plans for people.
nice.
A lot of people, when they're starting out a business, they're like, I don't need a business plan. I don't need a loan. Why do I need to do that? I could just go full throttle and let's go. But in actuality, that's not possible. Like you can, but you're going to spend up. You end up how much time? How much times have you seen in business when people start up businesses, them just throwing in all their dollars and cents without having that plan? She's
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's yeah.
Yeah, so it is absolutely it's
That's
atrocious.
the
So
biggest mistake I see. That
it's
is the biggest mistake I see.
somebody that can create that business plan for us. That investment, as you said, it's for growth, not whereas so many people are like they're hoarding their money, saving it, and without the intention of ever really spending it. I love that you said that because when I think about it too, I've done that many of times, but the times I've invested in myself, I've elevated. And this is why I'm on the mission of what I do is I always say to people, I am your wellness one-stop shop. And it's up to you to take advantage of the offerings I have. Is it going to stop me from speaking? Is it going to stop me from showing up in my own greatness and excellence? Absolutely not, because I already have that self-awareness. Not only is it helping others, but it allows me to stay on my wellness journey and on top of that, get a better understanding of how much wellness affects us in our finances, in our relationships, in our mindset. And so I love that we're having this conversation, Leah. But let's get a question for you. I have a question too. So, do you find when it comes to our finances and our wellness, do people ever put in their financial plan a little space for how much money they're going to invest in themselves, or like
Absolutely.
yeah? So, do you put
Absolutely.
in a plan?
See,
How do
here's the thing. For me, I never tell my clients how to spend their money. I never tell them, don't buy the Gucci shoes. I have one client that she has, what it's about is separating her money. So I have one client, when I met her, she's like, Leah, I love to buy my Gucci shoes. I love to buy my Prada. And I said, I'm never going to tell you not to do that. That's not my role. I'm not there when you're earning the money. So I'm never going to tell you how to spend your money. But I'm just going to ask you, how much or do you want to put in that bucket? And let's calculate. Let's see if it makes sense. So she decided that she was going to spend $2,000 a month. That was her bucket. And once she spent that bucket, that was it. She could live with that, because if we don't do that, if we don't have that kind of a plan, Camille, we will become resentful. And there's a formula. Okay. It's called a pay yourself first formula. I didn't create this. It's been around a long time. If you want to be broke, pay yourself. Don't ever pay yourself first. Keep telling yourself someday and put it off. Yeah. Listen, compound interest only happens over time. So the younger you start, the better off you are. the easier it is to accumulate that wealth. If you want to be poor, pay yourself first 5% of your monthly income. If you want to be middle class, they used to say pay yourself first 10%, but with inflation, I'm going to say that's got to be 15%, right? But we are not here just to be middle class. We are here to be what? Generational wealth. We're here to be rich and wealthy. And so we're going to pay ourselves first at least 20% or more of our income. And with that, I'd love to tell a story.
Yes.
I met this client. We'll call them Bob and Sue. I met them a few years ago. They came to me as a referral and they were already retired. They had been field workers picking grapes, watermelons, and artichokes in the Central Valley. And that is laborious, back-breaking work. When I met them, they were totally financially independent. They had hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank. They had over $500,000 in their 401ks. They had 2 houses in California completely paid off in cash. Remember, they were field workers. I said, Mary, Sally, this is amazing. How did you folks do this? She said, you know what, Leah? We were working so hard, paying our bills. I just decided if we were going to pay everyone else, that I was going to pay ourselves first. And I started with 5% of my income. This woman is so incredible. She really had a second education. They got married when they were 14 and 16 years old. So they've been together a long time. She said, and then we paid ourselves first 10% of our income. And then we started paying ourselves 20% or more of our household income. And we just started step by step. And they became totally and financially independent. So it's not about putting thousands of dollars. It's about starting where you are. You alluded to $5. You know, if you're there with $5 and it's just $5, start with that $5, because remember, saving, investing is a muscle that's atrophied in most of us. And if we don't start creating that, it will never happen. We'll keep telling ourselves someday, and then we're going to find ourselves living in poverty. And we didn't come here to be in poverty.
I love that. That was so fire. You know, I love the whole pay yourself first theory. The way how I see it too is, you know, just like when we go to church and we pay our tithes.
That's right.
We pay our tithes to us first, and it's self. Right. Because when we are able to pay our own tithes, we're able to give back without conviction, without thinking, because we have been able to collectively do it ourselves. But we really have to look at it as us being the church, as us being.
That's right. We have to flip the script. Yeah. Most people pay themselves after they pay their bills. We have to pay ourselves first and then spend what's there after. Because there's always going to be a bill. There's always going to be gas that needs to be in the car. There's always going to be groceries that need to be.
Life is always going to life, as I always say. So life is always lifing. So just to give everybody a little bit of a backdrop of me too as well, and why I love this conversation so much is because the job that I actually walked out of during the pandemic was I was a financial planner. This is what I did for a living for 12 years. I know everything about anything to do with finances. I watch the stock market. I could tell you about Bitcoin. I could tell you about the difference of Ethereum.
I didn't know that.
I know everything. And in Canada, in order for us to become wealthy, it's all about understanding the tax game, because we are taxed, but there's ways to get through it. There's holding companies, there's insurance policies. My kids are so insured, they have no idea, and I'm not telling them, because these are investment tools that I will give them eventually. But I got that through knowledge. I got that through understanding. But the reason why I'm bringing this up, and why I'm saying that I used to be in this, and why I'm still in it, but I've transitioned it into wellness, is because as I was building up people's financial plans, I realized there was a gap missing, a huge gap, and why my insurance sales were getting so high. And they were high for my living benefits and the death benefits, for the living benefits, because people were actually living longer, but not living in optimal health. Like, who wants to be living longer and can't even walk, can't even breathe? You know, they're overweight, all this kind of foolishness. This is what was happening. And I saw this trend. And that's what I said, you know what I need to do for my own wellness and for the wellness of humanity is I need to take the same theories and philosophies of financial planning and put it into wellness.
Yeah.
People understand that just like when you go to financial planning isn't just about saving for that shiny red car that we've been hearing about from Greece, back in the day, right? It's not about that. It's not about putting money away for a rainy day. It's
Right.
about having this income available for you to live the life that you desire on your terms and on your options and on your time, and celebrating it and enjoying it. And that's the same way as we look at wellness. But just as Leah said, it's not about trying to run to the mountaintop from the bottom. Just like jumping upstairs. Yes, I could jump 3 feet, 3 steps, but I'll get there the same time as I would if I went step by step by step. And if you don't believe me when I say that, look at the next time you're on the highway and you see some ridiculous person zooming past you, going weaving in and weaving out. I look at that and I'm like, watch, we're gonna end up on the same ramp, the same day.
That's right.
So I'm on my business, going on the right speed, and lo and behold, there's a guy that almost killed everybody and himself. Sometimes they're even behind me. So it's not about getting there fast. It's not gonna get. It's all about gradually being consistent, knowing that you're not gonna be killing yourself. You're gonna be putting it into your lifestyle. The same way with your finances. If you have $10 and you commit to, we're not saying even half. Let's commit to $2. And see how when you go down to $8, all of a sudden you've been able to live life fine. Huh? That was easy. I didn't even realize that. It becomes subliminal, it becomes subconscious. It's the same thing with our wellness. That when we align the finances and mix it with our wellness, that's where we build in that what we've been talking about is our wellness hero. And that's why, Leah, this is a very great conversation because we have to keep it real. Does your dollars make sense? If what you're doing, are you associating a feeling towards your money? Are you being intentional with how you're making your money? Are you thinking bigger than just the four corners around you? And this is why we need to continue to have these conversations. And most importantly, let's invest in masterminds, in people that know what they're doing or have done it better. That is an investment that is going to be a growth. As what Leah said, oh no, her computer died. I don't know what happened to her computer, but it's dead. I hope I'm still here. There she's back again. Gotta love technology. We keep on going. We keep on flowing.
Yeah, I'm here in Monterey, and sometimes our internet's a little squirrely, but that's okay.
No, that's okay. Yeah. We still show up. But this is again, Leah, why I wanted to bring. Yeah, you have something to say. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to tell you, I took this very advanced tax strategy class, very advanced, thousands of dollars to go to this class. And the first 4 hours, I kid you not. Do you know what it was about?
Mindset.
No.
Oh, really?
The mindset after. It was about your health, sleeping right, getting up early, going to the gym, eating the proper food, right? Because if we're not in optimal health, we cannot do all the things that we want to do. And we don't have a clear mind when we're sitting in front of our clients to be able to think clearly and make the proper recommendations. I was blown away. I thought, wow, this is what I paid for. But it was so.
You know what? I should have known better because you're right. Because every big book, Change Your Life, Change Your Paradigm, 3 Feet from Gold. Right now I'm doing the 5 a.m. club with a bunch of people. I could keep on going on and on and on. The number one thing that rings true to every single book is keeping that body moving, having optimal health. Because again, we are living longer. Don't think you're going to just drop dead because I bet you're going to live with modern day technology and science. You're living, but at what capacity and at what type of lifestyle are you having, as well as that clarity. I know when you're sleep deprived, can you think? Don't they even say that you become a threat to driving when you don't? So this is why I tell you, Leah, I was sitting in my office one day looking at all of the people. I had a great job. It was 2 weeks before Christmas, 2021. And I killed it. I was getting all the bonuses, girl. It was around this time, 2 years. Actually, it was around this time, literally. I just was sitting at my desk and I don't know what happened. I got a pen and I got a paper and I wrote my letter of resignation right there. And I said, I love you all. It has nothing to do with you all. It was actually hard. I didn't have a plan. Do I recommend everybody do that? No, but I'm just saying that for me, I'm like Mother Teresa. I take on a lot of people's emotions, and seeing everybody so angry, so unhealthy, despair was making me sick, was affecting my mindset and was affecting my overall wellness. And that's where I had to get up and I walked out of it. But I knew that God had something greater for me. And that's why I've still been going on this journey. And I'm so blessed to everyone that has put their trust in me and have worked with me, because not only is it bettering yourself, but it is allowing me to stay true to my own goals, which is to stay on the journey with you. So this is how I do it, and it's step by step. I am not one. I started this at 38 years old. I'm 42 years old, almost 43. Mama ain't got time for no. I was a fitness trainer for 35 years.
We say we ain't got no time to mess around with people that are messing around. That is not happening.
I was never no fitness model. I didn't work at no gym for 35 years. I'm not a vegan. I eat meat. I'll bite a cow's butt. I just ate one now. That's not what it's at. I am the real deal of what else so many of us are, but we become so intimidated by everybody else. It doesn't mean that it's wrong, but I'm here to say, if I can do it,
you can do it.
You can. There's no magic key. There's nothing different between me and you except our own uniqueness. There's nothing that separates you and Oprah except her uniqueness, and she festered. She dug into her talent, and she was able to make it flourish. And you do too. Step by step, the tortoise and the hare. You'll get there, and make sure that you. Yes, Carl. Ain't nobody got time for this. Right?
I love that you brought up Oprah, because it reminds me of one of her favorite quotes. And I say this to my clients all the time. They say, you know what, Leah, I made this mistake, and they're beating themselves up about it. You know what? I lost a bunch of money in 2008, and I did this and I did that wrong. But you know what? I always say, when you know better, we do better. We have to forgive ourselves for those money blunders, because if we're still there beating ourselves up a year, 5 years, 10 years later, we cannot move forward.
That's right.
We're going to stay within that poverty mindset. We cannot be in a poverty mindset. We're here. I tell people, I'm here, I'm going to help you increase your net worth so you can build a legacy and create generational and multi-generational wealth. But that only happens when we can let go of the past. We cannot be there take the lesson, right? Because we know there's a seed of a benefit. Take that lesson, forgive yourself, and move on. And that's one of the biggest things that I see, the mistake that people make. They still keep ruminating and replaying those financial blunders. I never call them a mistake. You know, it was a lesson, right? It was that lesson. Take the lesson and move on. Otherwise, what's going to happen? We've all seen people who replay the same story. But you ever notice how some people, not us, but some people, like, they stop dating one person and they start dating another person, and it's the same exact person with a different name. What we're not going to do? We're not doing that.
It is so true, but because you know what, we're creatures of habit, creatures. Whatever that saying is,
we're creatures of habit. We're creatures of habit.
What do they say? Our mind, it likes the easy way out. That's why people, like some men, i.e. my husband, refuses to open up any instructions and read it from this way. He does this. Oh, I get it. And then he wants to do it himself, because in his brain, it's easier for him to just figure it out while he's doing it than to read the instructions just to find out. True story. He put up a stand, and he was so proud of himself. I'm like, hey, Chris, it looks awesome. But did you see the picture? The stand is actually black. If you notice, you built it inside out, because now it's brown. But so that's what our brain thinks that it's easy. In the long run, it ends up being harder, because he had to take that stuff apart and he have his wife go, I told you. And he hates when I'm right, which is 99% of the time. But he hates it, right? That's one was point blank. And then our mind is always looking for where it's comfortable.
Right.
So it doesn't want it. It's not that it doesn't love you. It just doesn't understand about being stretched. Right. And that's where we build up that mastery mindset. And when we build up that mastery mindset, we see that we are our own superheroes. We are invincible. And then we put meaning and attention to the money that we're making, so we can not only build our businesses, but to be able to serve others. Because people forget, when we're in business, it's not just about the sales. Of course, sales is what grows the business, but the purpose of the business is to solve a problem for somebody. So instead of us associating our business to the dollar and cents, we associate it to how we're giving back and building up into individuals and building up that self-awareness. That sales will come through us doing these educational steps, and for you to understand that it does start with wellness. It starts with financial wellness. It starts with how you perceive yourself, how you see yourself. that whole lessons. That's the biggest. You know what? I was just thinking about it the other day. Um, a lot of people may say, "But I have nothing to. There's nobody I want to forgive. I'm fine. All I can do is smile because when you really sit down with an expert like Leah or like myself, who really understand about, I think Leah's frozen again. So, I could talk, so I'll still talk. But, when we really dig deep into, like, I do a why ladder, and you go deep, deep, deep into your why. If your why doesn't make you cry, it doesn't open up your heart, then maybe we got to revisit and revamp it. And maybe, again, that's just one little mountain, and there's a greater mountain behind that you haven't even seen yet. But what we do is that we pull it out by having these conversations. We pull it out by being intentional with the work that we do. And we do it gradually so that we don't overstretch our mind, because our brain is going to say, wait, this is too much. I can't do it. You know what? Well, I'm not going to do it. And then that's where the limiting beliefs start to come into play. But when we go on a gradual steps, and even when it comes to our finances, we'll see that all the money we thought we didn't have, it was actually really right there always for us. Just as everything that we desire in our life, it is right here. And the self-awareness does come through the work that you do. So I am here to offer you all, I wait for Leah, I hope she could come back, but I do have a little incentive. Now I'll tell you all, this is a huge incentive because I've never done it before, and how much I'm offering my app for. But the reason why I'm doing this is that anybody that's an action taker will see the benefit of how dirt cheap I'm doing this, not because I'm undervaluing my business. Absolutely not, people. There's a trick. Camille knows what she's doing. What I am doing is I'm seeing who is the committed action takers, and those who take this opportunity to get started before the holidays is going to see and have a head start on what else is to come in this wellness journey. But I'm all about action committed takers. It's not for the faint of heart. It's for those who are ready to build up their heart set so that we can build up that health set. Because if there's one thing that rings true in every book that you will read, they'll talk about their health. They'll talk about their wellness. And we need to stop waiting until a peril hits, or waiting until our hormones go out of whack, our bones, or we're feeling stressed. And we need to love into ourselves. We need to nourish ourselves. And that also comes with the financial information, that when you have that deep sounded sense, you are going to take action on all areas. Because the number one thing that I'm addicted to right now, I'm addicted like drugs. And what it is my peace. And I didn't even understand what peace was. I thought it was peace in the Middle East, too legit, too quit. I thought that's what I thought it was at first, until I understood it, because I felt that inner peace. I got that inner understanding, that feeling of what peace was defined for me. And now I'm addicted, and I'm sticking with it. I'm staying on that high. You're not putting me in no rehab for that. I'm staying on that high. And then, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She's in the looking at you down there laughing at me. But another fun fact about me is I was the only child for 10 years. So I have a half sister that I didn't meet till I was 10. And then my first younger sister, who were the same parents, wasn't born until I was 10. So I legit had 10 years of Camille, but me, myself, and I. So I had a lot of very fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I am so with you. I always say, I'm going to have a deep conversation with 3 people, me, myself, and I. And yes, I do answer myself, and I do laugh at my own jokes.
Me too. I think it's hilarious.
I mean, if we can't entertain ourselves, then what the heck, right?
I always say, yeah, honest to God, I always look at my analytics on my Instagram and on my social handles, and I swear 90% of it is me. I think I'm hilarious. I watch my own stuff over and over and over again. So many people are like, didn't you see my post? I saw that you were on. I'm like, yeah, I was on, but I was checking. I'm crap. I honestly think I'm a hoot. I would. I wish I was a twin so we can laugh. I think I'm just, and I'm not even trying. I'm
hilarious.
I think I'm a
hoot. I totally agree.
Oh, I am. This is you saw me off of line. This is how.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah. We had a great conversation. That was fire. That should have been recorded also.
Yes. So Leah, we are winding down our time. We actually are almost at our time. So I want our audience to know, how can they get in contact with you? Do you have any last things going on for the final end of this year? Tell us all the juice. Give us all the smoke. Give us it all, baby. Let's go.
My best social way to contact with me is just DM me on LinkedIn. I'm here all the time. And we also do something on here. We call it Today's Money Minute. We bring financial literacy in bite-sized golden nuggets, and we talk about everything to do with money. They're quick, they're simple, jump on. You can see all kinds of different concepts. We talk about concepts and financial education and financial literacy. I have several other ebooks that I'm going to be dropping here in the next couple of weeks. I'm very excited about that. My first ebooks, I'm going to talk about the 4 pillar professionals you need on your team. We're going to talk about the wall of wealth, which I believe is a concept that everyone needs to know. And we're going to talk about the 5 magic questions you need to ask yourself about retirement. So that's what I'm going to be dropping. They're going to be free ebooks, and I'm excited to just bring education. My intention is to bring knowledge to enlighten and empower you. So that whether you do business with me or I fall off the face of the earth or you find someone else, because I'm not perfect for everyone, right? But at least you'll have some knowledge so that nobody else can bamboozle you. Nobody else can sell you a swampland. Listen, people get scammed. I have a client, it's not my client, actually. He reached out to me because of something he saw, but unfortunately, I think he was taken down a scam. Things happen. I don't want that to happen to anybody that I know or has come into contact with me. I want you to have some basic core foundational understanding about how money works so that you, when you're going through your own finances or you're working with your own financial professional, you have some basic knowledge and you'll know if it's correct or incorrect, right? If it's the right information for you.
I love that. And you know what I love is, Leah, you're giving the knowledge, but what is really key to the knowledge is the support that you provide behind it. It's that you're not only just showing up with with the information, but you have tangible tools that people could take back and use. And this is what a beautiful blessing it is because, you know, I appreciate women like yourself because when people get into their money sense, I call it a spade a spade. When they feel more comfortable with their money, that's when they are going to invest. So I am here to give you that action taking opportunities to, after you get those knowledge of financial wealth. And I love that you do it on a gradual steps and you have little snippets. So you're not overwhelming people because I'm within finances. As I told you, I did it for 12 years and there's so many different avenues and tools. And if you just bombard, it's the same thing with wellness. When you throw all those numbers, people are like,
confused mind does nothing.
So I love that you do give back with all the knowledge on all your social platforms. And I know through all of this, everything is going to come back to you in tenfold. So I greatly appreciate you being here. And because I said, Leah is there to give you the knowledge and I'm here to say, I'm ready for you to take some action. Right? Now, there's no more, oh, I think I'm going to wait. Oh, I'm giving you a great opportunity to just get off of your couch. It really doesn't cost you anything when you think about it. $18 for 1 month. How much does that break up to? I'm making $0 on it, and it's not undervalued my business. It's what it's getting you up to get you motivated. Then we're going to put some inspiration on there, and then I'm going to show you. We're going to be creating that plan because I am an accountability designer, and in order for me to be an accountability designer, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there like white on rice because then you know why I want to do that. Because when you get into your optimal wellness and that clarity, you're going to take back what you've learned from Leah with a clearer mind. And you're going to do business with Leah because you know, and you've already built in that trust. It is all infinite eight. It all interconnects. This too shall, even the highs, this too shall pass. The lows, this too shall pass. But what we do is that we channel each stop of this journey to where it needs to align to get you through that next pass through, you know, this go, as they say on Monopoly, go, right? We need to have these tools in place. So
I'm a hand talker too. This has been amazing. You know what I told you, iron sharpens iron. And you know, rising tide raises all boats, but only if your boat's in the water. All of you had your boat in the water this morning. And remember, you can make money or you can make excuses, but you cannot make both.
You can't. And we're here to say we ain't having that. Ain't nobody, as I said,
we ain't having that.
We ain't having no. So thank you so much, Leah, for real talk.
This was so fun.
Wellness for busy women in business every Tuesdays at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I like to keep it the real deal because I want us to love into wellness And don't be scared of it. Don't think that you have to eat carrot chips and run for 50 hours a day, because I ain't doing that. But I'll watch you. I'll eat. I'll Instagram for you, but I'm not doing it.
No, step by step.
Step by step, baby. All right, everyone. Until next time. As I always say, it's not about you. It's not about me. It truly is about we. You got this. We got this. Now let's go. Have a great one all. Be well. Bye.